what we've got is if we've not put these horses in, they're all youngsters, all here, you know, coming into the, you know, their training. So what we're doing and putting them as a team, now there's a couple of reasons for that. One is a couple of them are a little bit antisocial, nothing much. So if you was at a meet, you know, with some friends, they could squeal and nibble and, you know, have a little strike out with their foot like they do, you know, not meaning any harm, playing really. But obviously that's not a good thing. The other thing is, I need to get the two horses in the front, the two ponies I should say, the lead, a little bit more confident in themselves, yeah? So, what have we taken away from? We've taken a pole away from them. Now, I know that sounds funny, but it's a solid object that they can touch against, and it's always there. Well, it's not going to be there now, is it? It's going to be the horse next to them. You run the risk of them laying on one another, but then we can adjust that a certain amount with a coupling reins, and you know, there's other ways of doing it, but basically we can do that. So the idea is that we get them all exercised out and learning today, but at the same time they're learning two lessons, aren't they? To be in close proximity to one another, to work together as a team. So they do learn that definitely. So when I call this one up, so this one here is called Bird, there with the white feet, and then this is Romeo here, and then we've got Nell out the front, and Meg's the other one, the coloured top. So they all know their names now, which is a thing we work on, you know, getting to know their names. So yeah, so we'll just go up the road with them and see how they are. Obviously we don't do this like, you know, we already know that they're going to, well, you see how they're standing, you never think that this is their very first time, especially your lead horses, you see. They're not looking back, they're not swishing their tail, they're not doing anything, the lead horses, to show any distress or discomfort with having horse close up behind them. Now when we first brought them out, that's exactly how they was. Swish their tail, stepping back, ease back, you know, what are you doing now? So it just makes them more sociable, and obviously gets them all out at once. Also we can do more distance because the load shared between four, isn't it? So that's the big thing, you know. So there's nothing much else to tell you really, I don't think. I've chose these reins, these webbing reins today. We've got several sets, all different types. We got this new biophane that runs through, it's brilliant stuff, comes from Canada. And you really can't tell it from leather. I mean, you know, in your hands it feels the same, you know, like a well looked after piece of leather. But these have got a nice grip on them. So the way I'm driving today, I've got one over there, one there, these sharp one there and there. I can drive that way. I can swap to one hand later on once we're going. But I can pull them here, I can pull them there. It's a little bit more manoeuvrability. So, and the problem is with these reins, they will not slide against one another. So unlike leather reins or the other smooth biophone, for instance, if I do that, they lock up because they're rubbered, both of them, so they tend to clink together. But you can easily adjust them like so, right? So yeah, so we're ready just to move off now. So this is, you know, quite genuinely the first time they've been together. They've all worked in a pair. They've not worked with each other. I think the two fells, so the near side leader and offside wheeler have worked together, and again diagonally across again the other way, they've worked together. But as they are now, but if you look and just read your horses, their ears are just back on me, them horses there, every one of them's got their ears on me, listening to me, waiting for the next thing that I'm going to ask them to do, yeah? And it is ask them, not force them, not punish them, not push them, let them do it their own time. So they're all looked on at the moment. We're just going to release them now. We're going to walk out the yard nice and quietly. Well, that's the plan anyway. So here we go, here's our flags, all new flags up for this season. They were put up yesterday. And you can see they're going straight off as a team. I'm letting them all do a little bit of work. So my lead horses' traces are tight, all 4 traces are tight. And in a minute I shall take that down. But I want them, as they're going now, is how I want them to go. So this is their very first time in a 4 in end. A lot of people are, you know, impressed or don't believe me. I mean, I really don't care. But if the groundwork's done and you've done your homework, you know, what I call like getting them up to the job, they'll face it and do everything we want them to do, hopefully. So I've got me. Now these horses are perfectly capable of stopping this vehicle, but I'm using my brake to make the job as easy as I can for them. So I ain't got too much to think about, yeah? So a lot of people find it hard to believe that you can do that with 4 horses that have never worked together before. As I say, diagonally they've worked together, but the rest of the way they haven't, yeah? The problem you've got here now, you see this horse here? Now that horse there is a dangerous horse at the moment. Won't be in a minute. Hey, trot, trot. It has no trot. Has no trot. Has no comprehension of that. That's the road there, or the road's gone away. You know, it doesn't understand that. So it goes straight off the road. But any opportunity, not because it's bad, not even that it's because it's wanting to. It's my lack of being on the ball quick enough just to hold the pony square, you know. So it's not the pony's fault, and it's all new and fresh. So what I'm doing now, I'm running that pony's head, one of them straight and one of them slightly in, yeah. And I've got one horse further forward. You see on its swingle tree there, it's further forward than the other one, just so I can get it used to that's where you belong, yeah? Now the other horse, because it doesn't know, will be the same way, will follow its mate, yeah? And they literally would go straight through this hedge, if you ask them to, or indicated that's what you want. So my indication of what I wanted wasn't right, was it? You know. But there you go. So I'm just adjusting my reins. I'm adjusting my reins to suit the situation I'm in at that second. I mean, obviously when a team's broken going well together, you don't need it. Your hand just stays still, doesn't it? See, like now, you don't know which way to go. There you go. Or she don't. That's what we've got. We've got 2 geldings, 2 mares. Mares up the front, one gelding and 3 mares. So good. You see there, look now. Can you see? Hey. So they know what that means. Pay attention. And why do I use that word? Hey. It's not a word you use. It doesn't sound like any other command or question or request that you're going to make, does it? It don't sound anything like it, so. Right. Go on, bud. Come on, trot on. So they all know what trot on means, and they're going. So I've got my lead horses out of draft now, because obviously if this little feral pony on the near side wants to leave the road, yeah, he's not going to be pulling my pole round, is he? So if he dived over there now, all he'd be doing is swinging the bars. it wouldn't be putting my vehicle over. Or put it this way, I'd have a couple of seconds perhaps to correct it. Yeah? Come on. Come on, babies. So for the first time, in the first couple of 100 yards, we're not doing bad. You know, they're going all right. There it is. I'll put them out to work again now. Before we just slip in the reins. I suppose over the years I've known, you know, I've heard all these new things of holding the reins and doing the forehand and all that. It's only, the only ways I know is to be safe, yeah, or as safe as you can be. You see that there now again? Straight off the road. No idea at all that that's not where it's supposed to go. Now, I don't know, you know, why that should be, that it feels free to do that, but there's some things I'm going to do to stop it, yeah, and a couple of them things are going to be is, come on baby. Couple of things I'm going to do, well, there's about 5 things you can do that I know of anyway. And now, the things I'll show you one day what I will do, but you've got to be set up for it. It takes bloody ages to set the job up. Come on, babe. Come on, yep. Come up, leaders. Leaders, get up. Go. So there you go, that's as much as I can tell you for a minute. What we have done, if you noticed, all our poles, you know, the pole itself, the bars, are well padded. You know, so if horse comes back, or Dad's lifted its quarters, you know, to have a little back, it's not going to hurt his legs, or you cut the chances of that down drastically. So here we are, that's a mile to this corner here. We'll see if we can do a professional a coachman's turn around this corner here. But with the green old lot, it's not easy, you know. But we'll see what we got here. Come on over, boat. Not too bad. The first time, really. You know, what I always say is, or what I try and teach people, is to follow the curb. So if you can follow the curb at 18 inches, well, a foot, 18 inches, 2 foot, 3 foot, and you can judge that. Normally you're doing pretty well, and the world's a wonderful place when you're driving. So we're going to come across the road here to let this man come up here with his dogs. And this is foreign to these horses, obviously, to do this. Come on. Alright, thank you. that's a good little thing to do, because why is that a good little thing to do? Well, one, it's not a fixed thing, is it? It's not a parked motor car. It's not an obstacle in any way that way. So that if I made a mistake or the horses weren't quite clear to it, then the man can move, can't he? He's only got his little dogs. He can scoot out the way, get up against the fence. So that's not too bad. Come on, babies, up we go. Trot on. So I'm still trying to keep me fell pony head in front of the other one. Yep. You see there? And I'm still trying to keep a slight turn in on his head and keep the other one straight. Which is, you can only do that if you send him on and, you know, bring your bars out of line. Go on, baby, these two wheelers are perfectly capable of taking the weight of this carriage. That's not a problem. But at the same time, if I want them to get on, I want them to get on when they're asked, you know? So we've got his head still over there. Everything else is pretty straight. So not too bad for the first time out. So it's time for us to have a cup of tea or coffee from the Carrot and Coffee Club. And when they get back, they'll have a carrot.